General. Appreciate you having me here. And thank you all for allowing me to speak. And just like the General said, if you love oysters, guess what? You won't be getting them soon if the oil companies keep having their way. On the east bank of Plaquemine Parish, we haven't produced one oyster since the BP oil spill. The richest oyster beds in the world. And it is sad. And these communities along the coast, if we don't have clean water coming down this river, these coastal communities can't survive. And then we're going to have to change the name of our state. It's not going to be no longer the Bayou State. They're going to call it the Oil Company State. Because this building may be owned by us, but it's being ran by oil and gas industry. Make no mistake about it. I've been battling here since the 70s, since I got appointed to the Oyster Task Force. And the attitude has always been in this building. Hey, I could do without everybody along the coast, but I can't do without my money from the oil and gas companies. We need to build coalitions. We need to understand that we have got coalitions out there. We need to reach out to each other. No longer can we allow these people to divide and conquer us. I'm a veteran, and I tell you, I served under one of the best generals in the world, and I'm just proud to be here today to serve under another great general. So thank y'all for listening, and I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, sir. I love them oysters. Something was said earlier that we must pause on. You see that building right over there? That good-looking building on the right, just shy of the brown building? That's the Department of Natural Resources. If you look right around the corner here, there's a lake that falls in the shadows of the state capital of Louisiana. That lake is polluted. Enough said. That lake is polluted. Enough said. That's why you're here today. That's why you're going to go get more people to support this cause. And that's why you're going to come march these halls with us. Are you with me? Yeah. Miss Cheryl Savant from North Louisiana, from the Washita River Keepers.
Thank you, General. I feel kind of lonely being the only northerner here, but thank you. I am the Washita River Keeper for the entire length of the Washita River. Are any of you familiar with our beautiful Washita River? Oh, thank you. Well, we have problems on the Washita River. When I applied to become a water keeper with the Water Keepers Alliance, they were going to give me the Washita River just in Louisiana, and I said, no, you can't do that. You got to give it all of it, because most of the pollution's coming from Arkansas. What comes downstream, what's put in upstream comes downstream, so we've got to deal with that. In Hot Springs, we got a radioactive waste dump leaching radioactive groundwater into Lake Catherine, which is part of the Washita River. I won't go to all the spots. The next one, the worst one, is in Crossett, Arkansas, owned by Koch Industries, is a Georgia Pacific paper mill, which is killing the people there in the community, and 2.5 miles above the Louisiana line, turning the river black for the rest of its length. That's how much pollution is coming into the Washita. I went to LDEQ and asked them for help when they went for their permit. They helped all right. They helped them write their permit. This has got to stop. It's the regulators. They are not regulating. And why are they not regulating? Because the politicians are calling them saying, don't do that. Because big industry is calling them. And it has to stop. Because these resources belong to the people of the state of Louisiana. It's a common thing. We all share the same air, we share the same water, and we've got to protect it because they aren't. And here's an example. You go to them and you say, so-and-so's doing something, and the industry calls and says, well, we're not breaking our permit, and they aren't, because their permits are so broad they can do anything they want to. And it's going to take all of you to change that, because you've got to change the politics. I always say when you got an environmental problem, the first thing you have to do is solve your political problem. Because if you don't solve the political problem, you're never going to get the environmental problem solved. And you are the people who can change that. So you got to stand up. Did you know that one call to a state representative counts as 100? One call to a federal representative counts as 1,000. So don't think when you pick up that telephone that you're doing just a little bit. You're doing a lot. You got to do it, and you got to keep doing it until we win this war. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cheryl, for reminding us the influence of the oil and gas business, which brings a lot of jobs to Louisiana. But let me tell you, if you don't know, the Senate committee in this state that controls the Department of Natural Resources, the head of that committee is the CEO of a gas company. Let's say that again.
How did that happen?
This democracy and this law requires the CEO of a gas company to run the Senate committee that oversee our natural resources. Our state need a law of recusal. A law of recusal would not allow this man to do his business on the Senate floor. That must stop. He's the CEO of a gas company that will do everything in every committee to kill anything that might threaten him and his buddies from getting richer and richer and richer. He does his business on the Senate floor. If you don't know who it is, figure it out. I'm not going to tell you because you need to participate in this democracy to make it work.